The Samsung Galaxy S26 Ultra is not just a phone anymore. It's a power statement. Every year, Samsung pushes the limits, but the S26 Ultra is beginning to look like the device that completely reshapes how we define a flagship. With insane camera numbers, massive battery upgrades, and a design philosophy that screams dominance, Samsung is clearly preparing something bold for 2026. And now, a brand new tweet from Anthony, also known as TheGalox, has added a fresh twist to the Galaxy S26 series lineup. Instead of following Samsung's usual strategy of making the base model go Pro, he believes Samsung should have upgraded the Plus model to Pro instead. And honestly, his custom lineup looks surprisingly realistic. According to him, the regular Galaxy S26 should come with a 4,300 mAh battery, a camera setup of 50, 12, and 12 megapixel sensors, 45W charging, and 12 GB RAM, priced at $799. A solid base model with balanced features and fair pricing. Then comes the Galaxy S26 Pro, which replaces the Plus model in his concept. This one jumps to a 4,900 mAh battery, a full 50-50-50 megapixel triple camera setup, 65W charging, and 12 GB RAM, costing $999. This upgrade alone would make the mid-tier model far more appealing and powerful. Finally, his version of the Galaxy S26 Ultra goes all out. A huge 5,200 mAh battery, a camera stack of 250, 50, and 50 megapixel sensors, 65W charging, and 12 or 16 GB RAM, priced at $1,299. This is the kind of Ultra model that truly earns its name. Fresh leaks from Ice Universe reveal that although Samsung is preparing new technology, the actual display upgrade may not match what many fans were expecting. Ice Universe initially stated that Samsung is almost certain to use the new N14 material and pole-less display technology on the S26 series. While this appears to be a major step forward, he quickly added a caution. There is still no confirmation of true 10-bit color support and no assurance of high-frequency PWM dimming. So even if the materials change, the real display experience might remain largely unchanged. His second update surprised everyone. He confirmed that the entire S26 lineup, including the Ultra, is still limited to 2600 nits of peak brightness, the same level as previous models. With other brands going far beyond this figure, Ice Universe believes this raises concerns that Samsung may be limiting improvements to maintain profit margins. According to him, this is not a positive sign. He clarified that the 2600 nit limit doesn't mean Samsung skipping N14, but it strongly indicates that users shouldn't expect a major leap in display quality this year. No brightness increase, no confirmed better dimming, and no significant upgrade overall. For now, the message is clear. The S26 Ultra may remain a powerful flagship, but in terms of display performance, Ice Universe advises users to stay realistic and be prepared for minimal changes. Ice Universe's latest tweets have confirmed exactly what's coming. A few days ago, he posted a mysterious camera interface screenshot showing 4100 12-megapixel 0.0 EV f1.4 and asked people to guess which phone produced this image. At that time, he didn't reveal the answer, leaving the tech community confused and curious. But now, in a new tweet, he has finally confirmed it. S26 Ultra HP2 f1.4. This means the image was captured by the Samsung Galaxy S26 Ultra using the familiar HP2 sensor paired with a brand new f1.4 aperture lens. This upgrade is much more significant than it seems. Samsung is keeping its 200 megapixel HP2 sensor, but the lens in front of it has been completely redesigned for better light intake. A larger f1.4 aperture allows far more light to reach the sensor, resulting in brighter and cleaner meg photos, better dynamic range, richer detail, and naturally improved depth bokeh. This is one of the biggest jumps Samsung has made in low-light photography since the S22 Ultra. Tips for Ice Universe have revealed some serious upgrades. The official weight of the S26 Ultra is just 214 grams, while the iPhone 17 Pro Max remains heavier at 231 grams. That means the Galaxy feels lighter in the hand, but still delivers a powerful presence. Even in thickness, Samsung takes the lead with a thin 7.9mm design, whereas the iPhone reaches up to 8.75mm, giving a chunkier feel. And this upgrade isn't just limited to the Ultra model. The regular S26 weighs 164 grams, and the S26 Plus weighs 191 grams, both lighter than the iPhone 17 models. According to the same tipster, Samsung is holding back a bit when it comes to RAM. The Galaxy S26 and S26 Plus will come with 12GB RAM paired with either 256 or 512GB storage. The S26 Ultra will also start at 12GB, while only certain regions will receive a higher 16GB RAM plus 1TB storage variant. The tipster strongly called out Samsung for this decision, saying that the more passive the users are, the more Samsung takes advantage and pushes them to spend more. On the other hand, Huawei is pushing the boundaries by offering 16 or even 20GB RAM options on their flagship devices, showing that they prioritize user demands more openly. So overall, the Galaxy S26 Ultra is clearly built to dominate the market with its lighter body, slimmer profile, and premium feel. However, the memory strategy plays a major role in how users will judge Samsung this year. In 2025, the flagship that wins won't just be stylish and powerful. It must prove that it values its users equally, offering top-tier specs worldwide without limitations. The S26 Ultra has a noticeably larger punch hole compared to the S25 Ultra. It now measures 4mm in diameter, which makes it the front camera hole Samsung has ever used on an Ultra model. At first, this raised concerns because Samsung has always been known for having one of the smallest and cleanest punch hole cameras among Android flagships. But we now know the actual reason behind this change. Samsung has increased the front camera's field of view to 85 degrees, which means the S26 Ultra's selfie camera now captures a much wider frame, similar to the wide-angle range of the S25 Ultra's rear main camera. Practically, this lets you take better group selfies and fit more background into your shots without stretching faces or cutting anyone off. So yes, the hole is bigger, but it's functionally justified. Ice Universe confirms that all three models, S26, S26 Plus, and S26 Ultra, will share the exact same 3-zoom camera setup. The confirmed specs are 10-megapixel ISO cell sensor size 1/3.94, pixel size 1.0 aperture, f/2.4, field of view 36 degrees, so despite rumors of a megapixel increase, this camera remains 10 megapixel, not 12. Ice Universe has just shared the full body data for the entire Galaxy S26 series, and here's how the lineup breaks down. The Galaxy S26 comes in with a 6.3-inch display measuring 149.5 by 71.5 by 6.9 millimeters. The S26 Plus steps up to a 6.7-inch panel with dimensions of 158.4 by 75.8 by 7.3 millimeters. And finally, the Galaxy S26 Ultra, the king of the lineup, comes in at 6.9 inches, measuring 163.6 by 78.1 by 7.9 millimeters. What's impressive is how Samsung has managed to slightly refine the form factor again while keeping that massive Ultra feel intact. But that's not all. In another exclusive tweet, Ice Universe revealed that the entire Galaxy S26 series will use LPDDR5X memory running at 10.7 GB per second, the highest spec RAM currently in mass production. That's a big deal because this isn't just about speed, it's about what that speed enables. The final tweet explains exactly that. The S26 Ultra's 10.7 GB per second RAM provides a serious camera advantage compared to the S25 Ultra's 8.5 GB per second. Ice Universe even shared a full comparison chart, and the differences are massive. Thanks to the higher bandwidth, the image signal processor can handle multi-frame HDR and raw data much faster. That means shorter shutter lag in night shots, smoother 8K recording, and cleaner AI-driven image enhancement. It even improves noise reduction, frame stability, and thermal performance, giving users sharper photos and steadier video recording across all camera modes. According to the official CAD-based renders, the S26 Ultra has become slightly thinner, but the camera bump area for the 3-zoom telephoto lens has not changed. This is important because if the physical space of the module did not increase, the sensor itself cannot get larger. So the idea of a bigger 3 sensor was never realistic. ICE Universe confirms that the S26 Ultra will continue to use a 10-megapixel 3-zoom telephoto sensor with f/2.4 and 1/3.94-inch size consistent with the design constraints. He also addressed some misinformation. Recently, some rumors claimed that the S26 Ultra would come with a 5400 mAh battery. ICE Universe states that this is false. Samsung finalized the 5000 mAh battery capacity long ago. Changing the battery would require redesigning the internal structure and redoing certification testing, which is not happening at this stage of production. On charging speed, TheGalox cleared up the confusion by confirming that 60-watt fast charging for the S26 Ultra was never in doubt. References to this charging rate were found directly in One UI system code, so any claim of a lower charging speed is simply incorrect. ICE Universe also summarized what he claims are the final camera specifications for the Galaxy S26 Ultra. 200-megapixel main camera, f/1.4, 1/1/3 inch. 50-megapixel ultra-wide camera, f/1.9, 1/2.52 inch. 50-megapixel 5x telephoto, f/2.9, 1/2.52 inch. 10-megapixel 3x telephoto, f/2.4, 1/3.94 inch. So overall, the Galaxy S26 Ultra is focusing on refinement rather than major hardware overhauls. A leaker at Chun8888 who has shared information based on debug tests, essentially early tests for what is now nearing the final stage of the Galaxy S26 Ultra, reported new details as the device moves closer to mass production. Meanwhile, ICE Universe added comments about the widely discussed 60-watt fast charging based on these same test results. Another source at SPY019726, who claims access to internal documents and discussions with engineers, has suggested that Samsung's Exynos 2600 chipset could play an important role in camera performance improvements. According to it, the Galaxy S26 Ultra's camera sensor configuration in the debug testing is as follows: 200-megapixel HP2 main sensor, 50-megapixel JN3 ultra-wide, 12-megapixel 5K3 LD 3x telephoto, 50-megapixel IMX854 periscope 5x, 12-megapixel IMX874 front camera. The main difference compared to the S25 Ultra is the switch from the older 10-megapixel 3x sensor with a 1/1.39 size to the newer 12-megapixel K3 LD sensor. The rest of the setup remains the same as the S25 Ultra. Let's wait and see what the Galaxy S26 Ultra truly delivers when it officially launches. Thank you so much for joining me in this video. If you enjoyed what you saw, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video.